Hello and welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Dhanya. Let's take a look at the top story first. NPF takes up the cudgels with Gaikhangam on the issue of Ukhrul incident. Says if he continues to lead the people, more unwanted incidents will occur. The news in detail. The Naga People's Front NPF has joined the war of words between Deputy Chief Minister Gaikhangam and the United Naga Council or NSCN-IM as the case may be on the issue of the unfortunate Ukhrul incident of August 30. Taking strong exception over the press statement made by Deputy Chief Minister Gaikhangam yesterday, the NPF has said that Gaikhangam is a man who can't think sensibly. If he continues to be the people's leader further, more confusion and unwanted incidents will keep on occurring in the state. This was stated by the president of NPF Manipur, Awangbo Nyumai, at a press meet held at the office of the NPF at Dula Land today. General Secretary of the party, Horei Kui Kasum, was also present at the press meet. Reacting to the media reports quoting Gaikhangam as saying that there were people in the rally of Ukhrul on August 30 who carried arms, Awangbo Nyumai refuted, underlining that it is baseless and unfounded. The NPF strongly condemns the statement, Awangbo Nyumai said. It will be like pouring oil into the fire. It is very unfortunate that a public leader would give such an inflammatory statement that may cause tension in the state. Instead of making a proper inquiry into the incident, how it happened, and trying to bring about an amicable solution, making statement that will provoke the people even more is so irresponsible. The centre should immediately intervene in the impasse, he said.
Public singi democratic oiba sigumba dabiyama toba mawang mane. Government na asi problem kari leirabno hai. Thidopu ki muhta public ko blame piduna leban. Yamna provocative oiba statement thokuna lego asigumba yam confusing oiba statement mi yam se thokpi bai se apoi Manipur konamda kon Manipur as a whole asida problem amuka thohan bi yam gi statement amata.
Replying to a question on the economic blockade called by the UNC, Awangbo Nyumai said economic blockade and band make the people suffer. The NPF is a lawful political party. The party does not encourage any movement that is against the law. The government must take steps in a more diplomatic manner.
Agitation ban blockade chatari basi. Naga People's Front Manipur as a law-abiding party under the law of the country. Public peaceful atmosphere disturbed. Public go wahan bahan sidi kahuso bande. Adugo agitation tawriba strike ban tawriba si mako ye dabi ama lebi tawriba.
Keeping up with the motto of ever in the service of the people of Manipur, the ISTV network tirelessly continues to entertain, educate and inform the TV viewers of the state. In its latest effort to bring complete satisfaction to the viewers, the ISTV network has added 7 more new pay channels to its existing television channels of different kinds from today onwards. The new channels are Sony Pal, FX India, Fox Crime, NDTV Good Times, NDTV India, 9X Jalwa and Jinwani. President and Secretary of ISTV Network, Khamba Salam and BK Maitei respectively, launched the new channels formally. In order to watch these new channels, local service providers concerned may kindly be contacted for retuning the set-top boxes. On the other hand, in addition to the existing local channels of ISTV network, steps are being taken to launch another 4 completely new channels, including 1 fully HD channel very soon. The new local channels to be launched soon are 1 HD channel, ISTV Home channel, ISTV Life 1 and ISTV Life 2. A free eye treatment camp organized by the District Health Mission Society Imphal East and Shija Eye Care Foundation was held at the Primary Health Center Haingang today. Hundreds of patients were examined and treated by 3 doctors of the society and 5 doctors of Shija Eye Care Foundation during the camp. Necessary medicines were also given to the patients free of cost. Medical officer in charge of Haingang PHC, Dr. Jayananda, also took part in the camp. Dr. L. Shashindra of Shija said those who required eye surgery would be selected for operation to be held on September 9 at the Shija Hospital free of cost. Chief Medical Officer of Imphal East, Dr. Pushpa Rai said free medical camps will be held at different places in Imphal East district where the facility for treatment is a difficult matter for the common men. President of Manipur Pradesh Trinamool Congress Committee, T.H. Shyamkumar, has said that the party has urged the High Command of the party, Mamata Banerjee, to put pressure on the centre to implement ILPS in the state. All possible efforts will be made to implement ILPS and will urge the state government to make an appropriate law that can protect the indigenous people. He said this at a press meet held at the party's office at Moirangkom. Vice President of the party, M.I. Khan, and other executive members of the committee took part in the press meet. Shyamkumar further said the party has decided to field candidate in the coming by-election of Hianglam Assembly constituency during an executive meeting held yesterday. The name of the candidate will be announced after the election notification issued by the Election Commission of India, he said. On the other hand, the party will urge the state government as well as the central government to bring an amicable solution to the UNC's ongoing indefinite economic blockade in Naga inhabited areas in the state. Besides, the party will send fillers to bring an amicable solution in the matter, he said.
Party ki high command sindasu haiduna dagi inagreement tangnabada ILP chana na koi kanna taku tangdari aduga taku tangdari masi ngamnabasu soidana koi prajasini unitin khangna koi Manipur project na Congress committee na so konagani.
Meanwhile, BJP Manipur Pradesh has tightened its belt and begun chalking out strategy for the incoming by-election of Hianglam Assembly constituency and other district council and municipal elections. The party's state executive meeting was held today after Narendra Modi-led NDA came to power at the centre. The state executive meeting was attended by National Executive Member Tapir Gao, BJP State President T.H. Chauba and other executive members of the party. Many speakers expressed their desire for strengthening the party and join hands in order to win the election. Talking to the ISTV News, State Secretary Administration M. Ashwini Kumar talked about the main agenda of conducting the state executive meeting.
By-election Municipal Council Ward number 7 aduga Hianglam by-election Assembly constituency Hianglam sumba adagi koi matung koi khari matung sa toroga am phuna toroga to district council namadin koi municipality council elections ki matang ko yam ko khana gani 2017 ki state assembly election se koi yamna maru ba khana gani adu ta koi meeting se pangthok se bani aduna meeting se matung da koi karigumba yan positive ba koi concrete ba outcome khras within lakane ko thase ho.
In today's national and international news, the flood situation in Jammu and Kashmir continued to worsen today, with the death toll mounting to 100, while rescuers struggled to evacuate thousands of people to safety as major rivers and streams were in spate due to incessant rains. 11 more people were killed today in Jammu and Kashmir, taking the toll to 100 in the worst floods in the state in nearly 6 decades. 7 persons died in 2 separate incidents of house collapse due to landslide triggered by heavy rains in Udhampur district, and 4 more bodies have been recovered in Rajouri district today, a state government official said. Home Minister Rajnath Singh today met Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah and took stock of the flood situation, but could not conduct an aerial survey of the affected areas due to inclement weather. Omar himself drove the Home Minister and Minister of State for Personnel Jitendra Singh around the waterlogged roads of Srinagar city, which has been witnessing incessant rains over the past 5 days along with the rest of the state. 9 personnel of the Indian Army were washed away during rescue operations in the Pulwama district of flood-hit Jammu and Kashmir. 7 army personnel have been rescued from flood waters in Pulwama district. 2 soldiers are still trapped, said army officials. Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal will meet President Pranab Mukherjee today in the wake of reports that Lieutenant Governor Najib Jung has recommended that the option of inviting the single largest party, the BJP, to form government in Delhi must be explored. A delegation of AAP leaders led by Mr. Kejriwal will call on the President to request him not to allow the Lieutenant Governor to invite the BJP. In a note to the President, the Lieutenant Governor has reportedly suggested that the BJP should be allowed to prove its majority on the floor of the Assembly before a fresh election is considered. Calling the Lieutenant Governor's suggestion murder of democracy, Mr. Kejriwal said today, on what basis will he justify what he is suggesting? Isn't this an invitation to form a government through dishonest means? BJP doesn't have the numbers. They will ask Congress and AAP leaders to join them. They will bribe them. Is this democracy? Indian Mujahideen terrorist Ejaz Sheikh, wanted in several cases including a terror strike in Jama Masjid, was arrested last night from Saharanpur area of western Uttar Pradesh by the Special Cell of Delhi Police. He was involved in several terror cases including the Jama Masjid attack, Special Commissioner Special Cell S.N. Srivastava said. Sheikh is a resident of Pune. He is considered a technical expert and a key member of Indian Mujahideen. He had been absconding since long and was apprehended by team of Special Cell last night following a specific tip-off. The arrest of Sheikh is yet another major setback to IM in the last 2 years. A 61-year-old local Shiv Sena leader has been arrested for allegedly raping a minor who studied in a school run by him, with the crime coming to light after the girl recently delivered a child. Vasudeo Nambiar, the district deputy chief of Shiv Sena, who also owns a school and a temple in Kashimira township of Thane, was arrested yesterday in this connection, Kashimira police station inspector Anil Kadam said. The girl studied in class 9 at the school run by the accused, who took her out several times with him on the pretext of visit to the temple and then allegedly raped her repeatedly at a place in Thane district's Mira village in February this year, he said. He also threatened the girl with dire consequences if she revealed about the offence to anybody, he said. Later, the girl became pregnant and delivered a premature baby earlier this week, the police officer said. The US and key allies has agreed that the Islamic State group is a significant threat to NATO countries and that they will take on the militants by squeezing their financial resources and going after them with military might. With the Islamic State militants spreading across eastern Syria and northern and western Iraq, President Barack Obama noted that the moderate Syrian rebels fighting both the group and the government of Bashar Assad are outgunned and outmanned. In addition to the action pledged by fellow NATO leaders, he pressed Arab allies to reject the nihilism projected by the group. The new NATO coalition will be able to mount a sustained effort to push back the militants, Obama said. The US Secretaries of State and Defense, meeting with their counterparts at the international gathering, insisted the Western nations build a plan by the time the UN General Assembly meets this month. And now for a look at the top story once again. NPF takes up the cudgels with Gaikhangam on the issue of Ukhrul incident. Says if he continues to lead the people, more unwanted incidents will occur. Thanks for joining us, and for more news updates, do stay tuned.